Good morning and welcome to all my dears. Today we are discussing about a new subject known as irritable bowel syndrome. It's a collective term used for disorders of unknown etiology characterized by chronic, long-standing, persistent or relapsing inflammation of the intestine. There are two main two kinds of irritable bowel disorders can be seen, and it is mainly classified as ulcerative colitis and CHRON'S disease. Let us see what are the causes or contributing factors or risk factors of irritable bowel disorders. In reality, no one exactly knows why someone gets such a irritable bowel syndrome, because no mechanism in isolation can satisfactorily explain the science behind the ulcerative colitis. Most of the studies point to the involvement of immune system in our body, especially those immune cells are cells that are present in the lining of the intestines. It is probably due to inappropriate or defective mucosal immune response, either by overactivation of the immune response or lack of immune response leads to autoimmunity, and the same way leads to uncontrolled inflammation of the colon. Other than immunal issues, genetic involvement or a family history plays great important role in ulcerative colitis. Nowadays, it is noted that the gene named NOD2 genes, ATG1 6L1 gene and IgN gene are specially responsible for or predisposed to have the ulcerative colitis. That means in genetic analysis or genetic evaluation of so many patients with ulcerative colitis, the above mentioned genes are more predominant or more active in the production of ulcerative colitis. Other than this genetic or immunal issues, overgrowth of unwanted gut flora or microbial pathogens, especially bacterial or protozoal or fungal overgrowths, excite or trigger a condition of ulcerative colitis. Then epithelial defects, as in case of leaky gut syndrome, leads to increased production of inflammatory proteins like cytokines or interleukin 10, etc., leads to severe and persistent inflammation of the colon. Contribute to the above factors: abuse of drugs, especially NSAIDs, that is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, causes microvascular damages, mucosal damages, and thereby it alters the immune status of our mucosal gastrointestinal immunity. So, other than such issues, the relapse of the problems or relapse of the symptoms are usually associated with periods of stress. So, we can sum up the etiopathogenesis of ulcerative colitis with our diet, which contain spicy, fatty, acidic food which contains some additives or preservatives or other aromatic compounds, nitrosamines, nitrosamides, then coloring substances, especially in junk foods. Then in modern life, we are constantly exposed with our personal or professional or social stress, not an acute stress, it is continuous stress. Then abuse of drugs, abuse of alcohol, abuse of cigarettes or pan, then genetic tendency, then chronic infection, say especially Mycobacterium tuberculosis, that means tuberculosis of the intestines, then various allergens, etc., leads to altered immunity, and thereby it results in a condition of ulcerative colitis. So the etiopathogenesis of a case of ulcerative colitis may be multifactorial one, usually not a single cause. Regarding the epidemiology of ulcerative colitis, almost anyone can get ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, and the same may affects both men and women about equally. But usually the signs and symptoms are typically begin between the age of 20 and 30. However, about 25% of IBD patients are teenagers or young men, especially when diagnosed. And some may be in their 50s or 60s or 5th or 6th decades. And it is, I remind you that IBD can even begin before the age of 10, or it can even after the age of 70. That is the peculiarity of ulcerative colitis. So it's usually it's a very chronic, persistent, continuous or relapsing nature of chronic inflammation of the colon, usually caused due to altered immune mechanisms, due to drug abuse, due to genetics, due to infections, due to alcohol, smoking. Then such issues are the main cause of ulcerative colitis. Next, we have to study about the pathology or the pathogenesis of ulcerative colitis. I think that can be studied in next class. Thank you for watching. Thank you.